Monday. Happy race day. Happy Mother's Day even. I almost forgot that. I'm sorry. And can we please petition NASCAR to find a way to have racing be like Kansas all the time. I don't know about y'all, but there is something about Kansas that. How about Kansas and Atlanta? For me, those were have been two phenomenal races this season. They've come down to the very last moment. And have just been absolutely phenomenal races. They have 100% given the fans an amazing show, have come down to the line. I feel like we've had a lot of Cars images come from that. Photo finishes, having to go back to the high-tech, high-speed camera to see who actually won the race versus the pylon, because it's like, oh my goodness, Chris Buescher won the race, but oh my goodness, for the camera, no. Kyle Larson actually won the race. I'm like, who won the race? Like, seriously, I personally couldn't tell who won that race. And I wasn't about to put out something at first because I was like, did Ford get it? Did Chris Buescher get it? I was getting excited. I was so excited for Chris Buescher. And then next thing and they were super excited. And I don't blame them at all because it's like the white line was right there. And then NASCAR comes over and goes, Kyle Larson won. I'm like, what? How? Where? What? Huh? Can somebody explain this to me? Because I'm lost. Again, it's still to this day, I don't know. They had to do the same thing with the Daniel Suarez and the three-way tie between Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch. How do we get, the closest NASCAR finishes in history in the same season? All in one season, y'all. This is two of the extremely closest finishes ever in NASCAR history in one season. One was 3 cars at once. Kansas was just 2 cars. And there was beating, there was banging, there was amazingness happening. And oh my God. Just, oh my God. It was, I don't know. My whole thing here recently has been chef's kiss perfect. To me, you couldn't get simply any better of racing than what we saw there. We need this year round, though, NASCAR, not just at Kansas. It was simply, you had racing all around the track. You had, you saw multiple different groups being able to work. So you could see the Fords being able to utilize their vehicles. You could see Toyota who normally completely dominates Kansas, and Chevrolet. So it was just very interesting, fun, entertaining. We can do without the rain delays. So NASCAR, I know you can't do anything about them, but if you can do without those, that'd be great too. Can we build a dome? Can we build a dome? Then we'll probably have carbon monoxide, so probably not. Let's not do that. But seriously, we need that racing like year round. Seriously. 0.001 a second short. That's it. Oh, and I cannot fathom. As of so far, Ford has not won. As of Kansas, Ford has not won a Cup, Xfinity, or a Truck Series race so far this year. The last time they won was the finale, of course, at Phoenix, where Cole Custer won to claim the series title. So, and then in the Cup Series, the last time was Ryan Blaney's victory in Martinsville to go into the playoff race. So it normally Ford doesn't go this long. Do they have like a different shaped vehicle? Yes, they're in the dark horse. Yeah, but I just don't know. I don't know. They've lost some very close Cup races this season. Super close. 0.003 seconds or less that they've lost them by. Ryan Blaney was right there at Atlanta to try and get there. And then even in Xfinity, it's just insane. We've saw even Michael McDowell be almost there to win the Talladega race until extra blocking took him out of the race. So it is one of those items that, so basically, you know, Chris Buescher finished second to Kyle Larson at Kansas. Ryan Blaney finished second to Daniel Suarez in Atlanta. Brad Keselowski at Ford at Talladega. We had Joey Logano that finished second to Denny Hamlin at Richmond. I get it. You know, being a bridesmaid sometimes sucks, but y'all got to figure this out. Y'all are so close to winning. Y'all just need a little oomph, just a little more oomph. As I found out as I was playing putt-putt last night against my husband. I just need a little more. I got stuck on a hill. I don't know how I got stuck on a bump, but I did. Most everybody, you either get rolled off on one side or the other. No, somehow I perfectly stayed on top of the little rolly hill. How does one do that? I don't know. I'll probably never do it again. But I managed it. That's what Ford's done. They're stuck on the top of that, and they just need that little shove. I don't know what it is, but as soon as they figure it out, I'm sure we'll see them in victory lane without a problem. They just need to figure it out. It's just a matter of time. I'm almost positive. for them. It was just purely insane for that group. The results for Kansas ended up being Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, Noah Gragson, another top 10 for him, and Michael McDowell. Stage 1, we had Denny Hamlin win, which was, of course, a Toyota. And then a stage 2, we had Chris Buescher win, which, of course, was a Ford. We had 27 lead changes among 10 drivers total, which was insane. Just going to show that everybody had a chance, literally. With that, we had Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain, Derek Krause, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin. I'm trying to make sure. Tyler Reddick, Christopher Buescher. Kyle Busch even led some. Brad Keselowski, Todd Gilliland. A lot during, changes of pit stops or green flag pit stops. But it's just one of those. We had a variety of different people up front, of manufacturers as well. Not just one manufacturer swept the stage like normal, which was good to see. This week, we did get news, though, of a interesting change. Michael McDowell has signed a multi-year deal with Spire Motorsports starting in 2025. He will be moving over to Spire and drive the number 71 for the team. Zane Smith is driving that car for the team this year, but he's on loan from Trackhouse. Spire stated that Michael McDowell will be teammates with Corey LaJoie and Carson Hoofcar next year. So, very interesting. We're completely shifting from a Ford to a Chevrolet. He says this is a new chapter for my family and me, and they're incredibly thankful for the opportunity that's in front of us. It's going to take some hard work, but I feel like everything is in place for us to be successful as a race team. So he's excited, it looks like. So we'll have to wait and watch and see how that does. See if he still wins where he currently is at front row. And go from there. So I wasn't quite expecting that one yet, but the rumor mill has been rumoring. So it didn't take long, literally, for silly season to start being silly. Not at all. They also announced that Corey Hill will be driving the number 50 for 23XI at Nashville. This coming up as well. So that's also going to be interesting. It's part of the Mobile One funding, so that will just be fun to watch and see how he does. He has been filling in for Eric Jones, but Eric Jones says he's ready to get back into racing after sitting out the last 2 weeks. He did get in the simulator to try, some tracks that he knew that would test his back the most here recently. or leading up to this week. And so he is there, which is nice. So he is racing today in Darlington. It's, lower vertebrae fractured, compound fracture, compression fracture at Talladega. He was cleared earlier, but he did stay out of Kansas. He admitted he wanted to come back last weekend before deciding otherwise with the team. There was a reason for his decision, he said. He's like, if I really pushed it, I could have been in the car last week, he says. And I think I really, really want it to be. But if I make that call on my own and overrule and go out and re-injure myself, I kind of look like an idiot in some ways, right? I think sitting down, thinking about and getting past that first moment of getting cleared and you coming back and then taking a moment to step back and say, okay, yes, we are clear. You've done some things to make yourself feel good, but where are you really at? This was on Thursday morning. I was still sore. I had soreness at that point really until Sunday. Sunday of Kansas was really when I started to feel better. So to say that I could have gotten in last week and truly been at my full potential and not be sore and not be number one and not number two and be in the back of my mind be worried. So that's why he set out. And I have to respect that of him. He took a step back to think about himself and about re-injuring himself and wanting to be at his best and being able to take his true health at consideration. And I have to give props to Legacy Motor Club for backing him in that. Yeah, a doctor can clear you all day long. But just because a doctor clears you doesn't mean that you personally are up to where you need to be 100%. So good for him to listening to his body, listening to what he needed. And then them also taking additional steps in Darlington this week to pad his seat a little bit more, to ensure, additional comfort where they could, so that he would be feeling okay as could be, while he's in that car. So hats off to them. We have a couple drivers that are from Michigan, and I'm going to throw this out there. I have family, my husband's family. They've had tornadoes all up and down Tornado Alley so far this past week. Carson Hoofgar also spoke about it this week in the media center. His family store in Portage, Michigan, was also hit close by one of the tornadoes that was in Michigan. So there's been tornadoes all up and down through Tennessee, Michigan, and quite a few other areas. So just take some time and think about those areas that have been affected by those tornadoes, and those drivers that are from there that still have family there as well. So I hadn't necessarily heard anything from Eric Jones, if he's directly still has family there, if they were affected or not. But I do know that Carson had some family there that had their store Had some damage to it. Thankfully, it doesn't look like it's too extreme. But they did have some rough weather up there this week. And I know one came pretty close to my own in-laws. So thankfully, they're all safe. And we're without power for a little while, but we're all safe. So just it's that time of the season, y'all. Sadly, just be prepared. Watch out and seek shelter if need be. We can rebuild buildings. We can't bring lives back. So, and that goes with Eric taking care of himself as well. Take care of yourself. Listen to your body. Listen to what you need. And just be mindful. So, with that, we are in Darlington, beautiful Darlington, in the Darlington Stripe today. It's hopefully going to be a beautiful day for racing. I am sadly not there today, but that's okay. Ray Evernham will give the command to start engines at 3:02. The green flag will wave at 3:12. We are 293 laps on the 1.366 mile track of beautifulness. Darlington's beautiful. Just the whole setting is just too tough to tame. It's just beautiful. Everything about it. Literally everything about Darlington's beautiful. Stage 1 ends at lap 90. Stage 2 ends at lap 185. And then if we don't have crazy overtime, we're good. Hopefully we're good. We should end at 293. It is on FS1 again today. Pre-race coverage is going to be on, of course, FS1 as well, starting at 1:30. If you need to listen to it, MRN will have it starting at 2, and you can listen to it at Sirius XM channel 90. And no, people, I promise, they don't pay me to say that. I just love my Sirius XM. It's a lifesaver, and it will be a lifesaver when I'm driving 12 hours here soon to go see my wonderful in-laws in Michigan and the rest of my family in a couple weeks. So yeah, I don't have to worry about trying to find a channel. I just find a channel of amazing music and go. However, my husband does have music ADHD, so it won't stay on one channel, sadly. But we have quite a few programs. But my number one channel is channel 90, the NASCAR channel, because I'm a nerd like that, and I'm okay with it. It says it's going to be mostly sunny skies, high of 77 degrees. And thankfully, as of right now, they say no chance of rain. I hadn't looked at the radar, so I have no idea to tell you if that's changed or not. It could not. Let's hope not, because it's already rained earlier this week. We'll just go with there's not going to be any rain. We're going to have a beautiful day for racing because it is Mother's Day. That's what we're going to go with. It's Mother's Day. It's a beautiful day. The lineup is Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, Ty Gibbs, William Byron, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, and Martin Truex Jr. are your top 10. We have a total of 36 drivers, 14 Chevrolets, 14 Fords, and 8 Toyotas. Total for today. So happy Sunday, happy race day, and I will be back next week. Have a great one, y'all. Bye.